Greetings. This is a presentation of ChatGPT Personality Selector tool. To install the tool, you just install it from the Chrome Web Store. Go to ChatGPT Personality Selector. And then you will have a button here to install. So I have already installed this tool before. So the ChatGPT Personality Selector is a tool that will enable you to use the most of your ChatGPT tool. The idea is to condition ChatGPT to be a specific personality, which will help it to actually do whatever you want it to do. So let's go on. Once this is installed, you can just go to the ChatGPT openai.com/chat, and you will be presented with this new UI. This UI will be added to these ChatGPT pages. You can, of course, disable them by pressing Show at Startup, so they will not show at every time you start your ChatGPT, but you can always access them from this new menu here. So once you're in here, you can select the language, the category of whatever personality you want to create. Let's say, for example, I want a generator, an emoji generator. Make sure to use the right voice with the right language, because this tool can actually read the outputs of ChatGPT. Here, for example, I will use English, and you can activate or not the auto read. So if this is activated, whenever ChatGPT writes something, it will be read with voice. So yes, once this is ready, you can just apply the personality. So here, for example, we have our emoji tool. You can see I can help you generate an emoji based on description on your device. So I can make it read it.
I can help you generate an emoji based on a description you provide. Please keep in mind that I can only generate emojis that exist in Unicode, so there may be limitations to what I can do. To start, please provide a description of the emoji you would like me to generate.
So we can write here the emoji, but we can also press this button and talk naturally. For example, happy. As you can see, it did generate a happy. We can generate like building, pizza, and yeah, we can go on and try a lot of these. So for example, I can also use this tool to use the helpers. They're really interesting ones. So for example, I have the computer advisor that will help you solve your computer related issues. For example, you have something broken, you want to understand how you can fix it, etc. It also can advise you with software. Like you need to do something, it will be able to give you some software that can use to solve what you want. There are also text enhancers like email enhancer, text enhancer. Let's try the email enhancer, for example. So the email enhancer tool will ask you to provide an email and then enhance it, like transform it, but keep the same idea inside it, which will be helpful actually if you want to write a professional email and you don't have the time to like organizing the email, etc. So it will do the whole work for you. Let's try this one, for example. So it has been conditioned now to do this specific job. Its name is Mail AI. So let's try to write a very mediocre email like something really bad. I'm telling you that I'm not going to be in office today, etc. So you can see here he's asking us what kind of mail I want, like formal, friendly, professional. Let's say professional. So as we can see, the email has already been really transformed. We can see like good morning instead of just hi. I hope this mail finds you well. I'm writing to inform you unable to come, etc., etc. kindly. So we can, if we don't like it, we can ask try again. Say more formal. So I can see here he's saying unable to fulfill my duties for the office today. I request, etc. So we can try another way, like funny, for example. Let's see. So first it starts with yo. Sorry to be the breeder of bad news, but I won't be able to make it into the office today. No need to panic though. I'm sure you'll find someone equally as awesome to fill my shoes. Cheers. So I can see the tone is completely different, but the idea is exactly the same. So yeah, you can write it in a friendly kind of. Hi, I hope you're having a great day today. I'm writing you to let. So I can see here it's more friendly kind of, or for example, I'm writing this to my boss. So dear. So you can see here, for example, it's changing the tone now. Is we're saying dear, the boss name. I hope this email finds you well, etc., etc. Best regards. So you can see everything has changed, but the idea is exactly the same. So with this, you can like just say whatever you want the AI to say, and it will perform all the cosmetics necessary to write a good email for you. We have other kinds of enhancers, like for example, the text enhancer, which is simply you can write any kind of text and it will enhance it. And then we have a lot of other informations, like for example, the professional Twitter, which is really interesting. So let's try this one out. New chat, apply. Now, Tweet AI is this little personality that will help us write tweets in a short form. This happens a lot. We want to say something, but you can't actually synthesize it to fit into the 280 characters tweet. And you also don't know what kind of hashtags you need to add, etc. No panic. You can use this tool. For example, let's say check out my ChatGPT Personality Selector tool. Just this. And let it do this thing. So first, you can say exciting news. So it's kind of presenting the things positively. It has also added some hashtags, customization, AI, personality. It did understand what the tool is doing just by the name. It's customize your AI experience and find the perfect match for your needs. Try it out, the hashtags and everything. And this does fit inside the tweet. They can read it.
Exciting news. Check out my new hashtag ChatGPT Personality Selector tool. Customize your AI experience and find the perfect match for your needs. Try it out now.
So, yeah, this is good. So this one will help you to find places to visit if you're going on a trip, for example. So let's say we want to go to Rome, for example, and we want to some tips about what monuments we need to visit, etc. So we can do this. So first, the condition in text is sent to ChatGPT. Here we have the condition in text. It presents itself, tells us what it can do. Let's say I'm visiting Rome. So Rome, the capital of Italy, the city with rich history and culture. As you can see here, it's providing us with information like the Roman Forum, the Pantheon, interested in art architecture, visit the Vatican museums, house, etc., etc. So here you can see a list of the places we can visit in that city. They can do this everywhere. This ChatGPT has a really, really large culture about places in this world. So move on to something a little more funny. Like for example, let's say funny learning. Let's say we want Jack Sparrow to teach you French. So I can do it. I can do this. It's in English. Let's say it's a male UK English. And then new chat, and we condition ChatGPT. Ahoy, me hearties. Welcome to your French lesson with. So you can see the style of Jack Sparrow. Here we can hear it.
Ahoy, me hearties. Welcome to your French lesson with your favorite pirate, Jack Sparrow. I'll be teaching ye some useful phrases and words ye can use on your voyages. And, of course, I'll be giving it me best pirate accent. Any questions?
So how to say hello in French? You can see he starts with R, which is typical.
To say hello in French, ye say, bonjour. Ye can also say, salut, if ye be talking to a friend. Any questions?
Yeah, we can give me a lecture about French. So as you can see, it's like talking and talking and talking. It tells you stuff about French. It is spoken in many places in this world, etc., etc. As French is a Romance language, etc. But we can see the style of Jack Sparrow continuing to influence the output. So another thing that we can do with ChatGPT is actually generating art. Really, really good art. So for example, we can select art, Midjourney prompt generator, and then you apply personality. Yeah. So you need to have access to Midjourney. So Midjourney is this tool that enables you um, to build art out of prompt. So to do this, you have to find out Midjourney website and subscribe to their Discord channel. Let's imagine you get here, and actually you can write a lot of these are people doing art in real time. So let's go to new by. So we can go to Midjourney. Let's say, for example, I want to write a scholar, an important paper. Yeah, it's just too little information, but look what this tool will add to your idea. So here, for example, it's adding in the dimly lit study, a lone scholar sits at a large wooden desk surrounded by stacks of books and papers. So it did imagine a whole scene around this. So we can take this one and we go to Midjourney and we just say imagine and we put this and we wait a little bit. It will take some time and I'll show you what kind of things we can get out of this. So here is our output. So we can see it's like scholar writing a paper. We can see like for kinds of things. Let's say this one. I like it, so we can take it. It's number 3, so we upgrade it. You can see how people can do really, really cool stuff. So you just need the idea, and then you can ask ChatGPT to enhance it, and then you put it in here, and you can really, really generate. So here is our output. Not bad for the idea. You can download it, and here you go. You can do the same with DALL-E too. So yes, we have a lot of possibilities with this tool. Imagine you don't know how to use Linux, for example, and you want to do some things with it. You can use the bash shell command generator. So you just select it. You can do the same with command prompt from Windows. You can Conda, Python, MATLAB, Git, etc. Just apply it, and now you're good to go. So now we will be able to provide the AI with some things we want to do, and the AI will just tell us how to do it. So let's say, for example, I want to know in which folder I am. So it should use pwd. Yeah, that's cool. You can just copy this code and put it in your create a new folder called backup. It will do that. Let's do something a little more tricky, make a cron routine that backups all my documents to the backup folder only if they have been changed. Yeah, I can do things as complicated as this. So he's writing an entry into your cron tab code. This command will create a cron job that runs every day at midnight using the rsync command to copy any .doc files to the path to documents directly to the backup. So this is cool because, yeah, not only did it write something that copies, it only copies the documents that have been modified. So yeah, then it says cron tab -E to activate this. And yeah, so you can do things in Linux without even knowing how to use Linux. Like for example, change my IP address to something like that, for example. And it will just write everything you need to do. So as we can see here, we have the command that we need to do exactly what we have asked it to do. It has used sudo because this command can only be triggered if we have sufficient privileges. And then it did change our Ethernet 0 address to this. So we didn't specify which interface, so we can, it did see why did use the sudo, why did it use Ethernet 0? So it's the default Ethernet. We can say I meant my Wi-Fi interface. So it will change everything so that it works. So yeah, WLAN 0, that's the name used for Wi-Fi. So it has been conditioned to tell you what it is doing. So it's not just gonna give you the text, it will tell you why the text is like that. So let's talk about something else. For example, something a little heavier, like I want to scan all the Wi-Fi networks, then select one, then input my web key. Yeah, for example, something as simple as this. But it will just tell you how to do it. So yeah, here we can see what it uses. So it uses IWList to list the SSIDs, then it uses this command to configure your SSID, etc., etc. So we can see it is really, really capable. Like we can do things like scan the network for open, for example, for open ports. For example, if you want to verify if there is in your network something like a web server or an interface that you can connect to, so you can use these commands to scan for them. If, for example, you detect the existence of a HTTP port, which is like 8080 or 80 only, so you can connect to that host using your navigator. And you can go on, you can connect using SFTP to a server, etc. You can copy things, you can do whatever you want, but you don't actually need to be a very highly qualified professional in this tool. So this is like things you study at school, but you have it under your hands just by typing few words and a very, very explicit and simple manner. So let's move on. So this is the shells. There are also simulators. So for example, you can simulate a Linux terminal. So the AI will simply simulate the terminal. You can do things like now we are in a Linux terminal. I can say ls. I'll see what's in there. There's bin, dev, home, etc. So we're basically on slash, so we're like in the root. You can say pwd, we'll know that we are on the root. And we will be able like to create things, remove things, etc. So here we're in the root. We can see, for example, cd home. Yeah, so and then we can see ls, see what's in home. That is root. Let's see mkdir user. Now I have created a user directory. Now if I do ls, I will have the root and user. Then you can see also ls minus la. You can see root and the date is January 28th. So this is cool. Now we can which is the right date actually, because I think OpenAI already have told it which day we are. So we can like see we can see cd user, then we can like touch file.txt, created a file. Now if we say ls, we'll find file.txt. We can like do echo I and we put it to file.txt. So as you can see, it did write the file. Now we can see ls to see what files are in there. I find our files. I can say cat file.txt, and yeah, we have the hi that we have written inside. So it's actually liking. It's simulating a Linux. So this is really cool to see how these language models are really capable to do things really, really impressive. So moving on, we can try the same thing for like a lot of things like Python interpreter, R interpreter, web browser. You can, yeah, I'll leave you to test this by yourself. Tools like you have like medical coaching, like music, jobs, etc. So there are too many things. I can't cover everything in here. There is also electronics. You can have a summarizer for your data sheets, the resistance value retriever. There are like stuff for scientific publishing, for example, a tool to organize your biography, scientific paper reviewer that can actually review your paper and give you some advices about it, journal reviewer, bibliography maker. You have also games. like Dungeons and Dragon games or question and answer game, text-based, tic-tac-toe, etc. You have also translation, so you have either you translate from one language to another or from one programming language to another, which is really, really powerful tool. I also have a lot of other funny things, like for example, Tony Stark teaching students, or Emmett Brown, etc. I can have magician, stand-up comedian, etc. Etc. You have simulators, arts, tools, like yeah, this is really really cool thing. So I'm just gonna stick with the last one, which is internet, which actually turns your ChatGPT to a search engine. The idea here that you can actually type something. Let's, for example, want to see something new that ChatGPT wouldn't have had before because its training stopped at 2021, so it doesn't know anything about what happens after that. So we can use this conditioning here, the internet conditioning, to actually browse the internet, find the information, and feed it back to ChatGPT, and then use its capability to synthesize, to advise us about these content, to criticize, or even to do a sentiment analysis about some subject. For example, let's try something that ChatGPT wouldn't know because of its training time. So, for example, Elon Musk buys Twitter, and we can add this max results equals 10. So here this max results will tell our tool to only search for 10 pages. So you can put more or less as you wish. And now instead of pressing this button, you apply personality. And what this is doing, it did go to the internet. It uses DuckDuckGo API to search the internet. It did request the outputs, put them into this format, and then feed them to ChatGPT. And now ChatGPT knows things about today. So it will tell you some stuff that is happening today, not in 2021. So here, for example, it's talking about Elon Musk. I found 10 articles on the topic, the articles which were published between April, etc., etc. And it tells you information about them. So like summarize um, so it did already do a little summary, but like let's say um, tell me the main point of each article. So here we see first article, which is that one, the world's richest man Elon Musk has accomplished. Yeah, you can see here it's given us each article and each page, and it's just saying what is the main idea. Exactly. So we can also perform what we call sentiment analysis. So it can infer whether people are for or against some information. For example, here we can see whether the articles are more like pro Elon or against Elon. We can try to do this. So uh, do a sentiment analysis about the let's say for example Elon Musk. So it will tell us something about Elon Musk using those 10. So as you can see, we have a result here. So he says that based on the research, overall sentiment is neutral. So some articles simply report the financial details, while others discuss the potential impact of the platform on empire. A few articles express concern. So none provided express overwhelmingly positive or negative sentiment towards him, which is fair enough. because these articles are like general, and maybe if you do a more like Twitter search, you can see a more nuanced sentiment. So I can do this with Bitcoin, for example, or things like this, to see what are the um, the actual sentiment around. So thank you very much for listening to this presentation. You can download the extension from the web store and test it by yourself. If you want to report any bugs or something you can find, you can press the button of GitHub here or press help, and in here you can in the GitHub, you can go to issues and submit a new issue. Any help is appreciated. So yeah, and now it's your turn to try out the tool. There are many other things that I didn't talk about today, so it's all yours. If you want to put a like on it, share it in your social networks, and thank you very much.